President Obama, who has already announced a US troop surge in Afghanistan, got a first blow after the French refusal. And this is likely to be the world's largest and strongest military alliance, says the problems in Pakistan and Afghanistan are interlinked. President Barack Obama set the tone for the heads of the State Summit meeting by seeking support of NATO for his new Afghan-Pak strategy. And these reports are discussed here at the European Parliament, and the European leaders are finding ways and means of supporting the government of Pakistan to overcome the threat of militancy. Afghanistan, NATO's relations with Russia, as well as new security threats facing NATO are to be discussed in the two-day meetings of the heads of the state. Arshad, Sharif, Dawn News, Paris. It is about 7,000 kilometers long, and that is very long indeed. And it symbolizes the greatness of China and the ability of men to achieve whatever goals they set for themselves. I am now entering the Dodo city, which has been constructed by the Chinese government, and it trains the young children and youth every weekend, and they are given basic skill training in different aspects of running the city life. Beijing draws upon more than 2,000 years of history, traditions and culture to symbolize the growth of modern China. In modern times, the concept of Long March has its origins in China. Many of the communist leaders who took power in 1949 were part of the Long March, including Mao Zedong and Zhou Enlai. Just behind me is the entrance to the Forbidden City, one of the best preserved ancient architectural complexes in the entire world. China has got a strong culture, and theatre is just one of its representations. And like any other big power, China concentrates more on promoting its culture and selling it to the world. There are countless spots of natural beauty like this spread all across China. For someone interested to know about Chinese traditions, cultures and history, it might take a whole lifetime. In the heart of the Strasbourg city, and it is a unique, peaceful way of protesting against these heavily armed police escorts of these protesters is present outside the limits of the city of Strasbourg, where thousands of them are gathered there, and these handful of protesters managed to break through these strong police cordons and police lines and have come here to register their protest in one of these roads which is between the two red zones. Political and diplomatic sources say that multi-million-dollar contracts in the war against terror, whose areas of operations lie in Pakistan, might also come under scrutiny. It's the ordinary people who are bearing the brunt of increase in oil prices, as oil giants and the government laugh their way to the banks. Consumer rights activists say that since President Bush's administration, the price of oil has increased from $25 a barrel to at least $135 per barrel. According to the Center for American Progress, the big 5 US oil companies, including Exxon, BP, Shell, Chevron, and ConocoPhillips, have reported profits of $556 billion since 2001. BP and Shell, two of Europe's biggest oil producers, reported profits of 17 billion pounds earlier this year in April. The ministers today, however, are likely to send a very strong message to Pakistan to restore the country back to constitutionalism and lift the state of emergency. The British Parliament is considering the Forced Marriage Civil Protection Act, which the officials say will be enacted and implemented this autumn. The act will empower the courts to prosecute those who try to force someone into a forced marriage. Most of the expenses relating to President Musharraf's January 25th to 28th visit to London were incurred when at least 40 rooms were booked in the Dorchester Hotel. The Dorchester is one of the most expensive hotels in London, which is sometimes also used by Hollywood celebrities. The petition also asks the British Prime Minister to release all those arrested and persecuted in the United Kingdom on the basis of what they term as misinformation provided by the Musharraf regime. Efforts are being made to rescue the coalition of Pakistan People's Party and PMLN over the judges' issue. I have the opportunity to talk to PMLN President Mr. Sharif. Shahbaz Sahab, what is the status of the talks so far and what is the deadlock all about?
इस वक्त हम नॉर्वे की पार्लियामेंट में खड़े हैं और यहाँ पे दो पाकिस्तानी इस पार्लियामेंट के मेंबर हैं, उनमें से एक वाइस प्रेसिडेंट भी, और जैसे उन्होंने बताया कि वो पार्लियामेंट में जो डिबेट्स होती हैं उसको लीड करते हैं और एक ट्रांजिशन आ रहा है जो सेकंड जनरेशन और थर्ड जनरेशन ऑफ इमिग्रेंट्स है फ्रॉम डिफरेंट बैकग्राउंड और स्पेशली पाकिस्तान से जो हैं वो अब प्रोमिनेंट पोजीशंस पे आ रहे हैं। यहाँ आगे बातचीत करते हैं पार्लियामेंट के बारे में। अगर हमें कुछ बताएं, ये हॉल कब बना, क्या था?
ये हॉल बना 1866 में।